Yeah, good to see you. As we were like loading, I was like working up the biggest sneeze in the world. Or I was like, "Oh no, I gotta go," but we're like starting, but it's like loading, so I felt like my sneeze was I don't know. Um,
Did it dissipate? It went away?
yeah, yeah, I think so. I
Okay.
think it's fully loaded and then it cleared, just like loading
Oh,
screen.
you
Yeah.
lost it. That's too bad. Too bad. All right. So I guess last time we kind of we left off with a tool that I've been dabbling with. Looks like I reinvented the wheel a little bit because there's some Rust crate available to do kind of the same thing, but not everybody uses Rust, so maybe it's still worth creating a little wheel in Go. But so essentially, what we were working on was taking the OCI generating OCI artifacts for a WebAssembly component and then pushing them to an OCI compliant registry. In this case, it was GHCR, so GitHub's registry.
Yes.
You were able to get that to work on a previous stream with the Whackage crate,
Yes.
which we can. I think you sent me a link. I'll put this in the chat for people to
Yeah.
check out.
And that's been published now. So you can
It's
now cargo
official.
install it. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So let's see. I don't even know if I have. Let me just pull up. We'll just run some commands because I'm on my Ubuntu instance and I'm curious if I even have the repositories downloaded.
Yes.
So I don't think I have the WASI Clippy repo yet. So let me get that pulled down.
And we need that because we want to deploy it. So
Yeah.
first we must upload it, build it, then upload, then deploy.
Yep.
Yes.
And I don't even know if I have Rust on here yet. So I'll have to go through all that fun stuff.
Oh, try cargo.
Yeah.
There you go.
Got nothing on this one because I'm on my Ubuntu on my WSL. So we can go through that. I'm just checking where I am. We can also since we've got it deployed to GHCR, I'm curious if we can use the same mechanism to deploy to or not Key Vault, Azure Container Registry, ACR.
ACR.
So we can walk through that step.
Okay.
And then if we have time, I can show you the fun that I've been doing with the WASM to OCI tool. So
Yes.
I was able to get this to generate all of the JSON that you need. So the configuration, the manifest, and then the types and stuff. So that was actually a pretty fun project to do. If we look at our generators, we can kind of just scroll through here. I was able to figure out, it's like got new and deeper understanding and appreciation for all the things OCI.
Oh, lovely.
Like descriptor and all that good stuff. And so the part where I'm at with this is using ORAS to upload. So there's actually an ORAS package that I could pull in here and complete this tool chain so that it would just be a switch of like build, publish, because none of the other tools that I've seen so far generate them for you and then let you kind of, before you upload, export. Like all the JSON manipulation is done in transit to push.
Yeah.
So it might be worth later on, but let's start with.
What do you out of out of curiosity, what do you call that command? Like the build, is it build?
So right now there's no, it's just all in main. I don't even have like CLI switches yet.
Okay.
So if we go down here a little bit, I'm just calling the methods from the package. So I've got a convert method. Yep. And then convert writes it to the disk. Yeah. Go ahead.
Because in Docker, that step would be called build, correct? Yes. Okay.
Yep.
See, I'm thinking we should have a Whackage build because I fully agree with you with like, hey, it's nice to have a way to, output the files before you upload them rather than always like purely in transit.
Yeah, because a lot of what ORAS does too is it'll put it all together for you, or it assumes you have the files. And then it'll create the like image index and the other artifacts that the registry needs when it pushes it to the registry. So then the only way you can kind of test it out is to pull down the artifact from the registry and then get these files right here that you see. This is pulled down from GitHub.
Oh, what format does it expect? in order to upload it? Is it like plain text or is it like a already compiled thing?
It expects the binary just to be the plain text for the component. If it was a
Okay.
Docker file, it would expect it to be like tarred and zipped and all that, or tarred, archived and compressed. And then for the manifest, they would just be files. So they would
Oh,
be
okay,
the
okay, okay.
JSON representation like this.
So it doesn't pre-gzip the so you got the directory hierarchy there. Sorry, we're like going off track. We were like, let's go do this. Before that, let's
Oh,
share
that's
this. And I'm
fine.
like, ooh, that's fascinating. No, I think it's fine. But I'm just out of curiosity, like, so the hierarchy you're like showing on screen here,
Mhm.
that is what ORAS expects. It says, hey, I
That's
know
what
what
it
that is.
output. So what it
Okay.
expected would probably be this blob right here for a component.
But
So
also but no index.json.
that's actually generated on the push for the registry itself. So this right here, the
Oh,
image index is what it's called. That's
uh-huh.
generated for you when you push it. And if you look at it,
Oh, wild.
I was trying to find the other one. What was it? If you look at the one that's pulled down from, oh yes, that's what it was. So if you pull down the one from like the Bytecode Alliance for
Mm-hmm.
the WASI HTTP, the image
Mm-hmm.
manifest actually just has like examples in it because it's only using these indexes here. Well, that's the binary. This is the config, and then this is the image manifest or the component manifest.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. So it still does some degree of generation on push. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
That's helpful.
Yeah, I learned a lot in that one. Let's see here. So if we go
Yes.
back to here, I'll probably have to install some Rust stuff.
Okay. So
So
our plan is, let's install Rust first, then build the WASI Clippy, then package that and upload it to. Do we want to do GHCR first or directly to
we'll go. Well,
Azure?
we did GACR, so we tested it before. So
Yeah,
we'll probably just go straight to the registry and then just
great.
see if we can't pull it from the registry. I'll remove it locally and then we'll pull it down,
Okay.
the component. And then if there's time, we can either jump into the code I was just showing, or we could probably spin up. Well, I don't know any service that would just take a raw component just yet. Do you know of any Azure services that can consume?
No component, but
Yeah.
yes, container.
Okay. So we'd have to rebuild it in a container image though. So yeah,
Yep.
we'll just stop
I'll
at
have a look
pushing
at
the
that.
registry for today. I think it's good.
Oh yeah, fair.
Cool. I think if I'm remembering the steps, so shame on me for not putting this into my Ansible playbook yet.
Okay.
So I think was it Rust up?
Yep.
So we'll do that. Here's the command.
Yes.
Proceed with the defaults.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to retroactively put this into config management for me.
Yeah. Then the step after this is to install a cargo component.
Okay. Is that a command now or?
Cargo install cargo dash component.
So I probably need to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See how awesome that is in Tmux?
Oh, the autocomplete.
No, the switching.
Ah.
It's like, I need to refresh my variables. So I'll exit. I'm like, no. I'm just going to go to a new terminal.
Fair enough.
So you said cargo install something?
Yep. Cargo install cargo dash component. And then the next one would be wit dash bind gen dash CLI.
That's right. So I've been meaning to ask, what 60% board do you have?
Oh, what 60%? Oh my God, I forget. Let's take a look. It is the Vortex Cipher.
Vortex Cipher. Okay.
That's right.
So I've been using the HKB, the Happy Hacking keyboard.
Nice.
But I really miss the MX Browns. They're just my favorite switch. So I got the glorious GMMK2 compact, and I like it a lot. There's some keys that are very irritating. Like it doesn't have a dedicated tilde or backtick.
Oh, yeah. No, you do want that.
And so it's like a function, shift, control, escape, which is insane.
Yeah,
So
don't do that. Oh my God.
I did a macro for it, and it somewhat works, but then it doesn't work with modifiers when you do a macro. And so I'm in this weird, like I like the board, but I don't know. I'm pretty picky these days.
Interesting. Yeah, I never program my keyboards. I always like program the OS basically.
Oh, okay.
And so like, yeah, I don't know. I find that easier because then like if you want the backtick, your operating system can just like always handle it correctly. Also have this like other it's not quite a macro, but it's a thing that I do configure everywhere, which is overriding the caps key with if you hold it, it's a control or command. But if you tap it, it acts as like escape.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah.
You do that with all just the OS. So what software
Always.
do you use?
Yeah. All of them. All three.
All of them.
Linux, macOS, and Windows have a way of configuring this.
Okay, so just their built-in key bindings. Okay.
Or I think like macOS has like a program you can like download. I think it's called Carabiner.
Okay, that might be easier because I've been trying to find a keyboard that has like really good key mapping software or can do it on the board. Like so, my favorite for the longest time was the Wasta Code keyboard, and that has everything locally. It doesn't have any software, which is nice and irritating. But then you can't really change anything with the default layer. You have to like switch through layer, and that gets annoying.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I like that. I think I'm gonna have to do that and just suck it up, and because I dual boot Windows and Ubuntu, so I'll just have to do it both places. But that seems the easier route.
Definitely. I can like go digging through like my logs somewhere and like figure out like what I used to install on Windows and Linux to like enable this.
I think some kind of PowerToy, the PowerToy suite on Windows might have something for remapping keys. No,
not for this specific one. Like it'll have something where you can like remap it to escape. But the cute thing is like if you hold it, it should work as command because that's the thing you like always do: command tab, command like C, V, all that stuff. So you're like not jumping with your pinky, but you just
all the way up, all the way down.
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
that. I've also wanted to figure out a way to get some kind of modifier on the left to work, and then use my like Vim motions as arrow keys when I want to.
Oh,
so I don't have to go to the arrow keys. But I haven't figured that out. So the next one was cargo install, or is it component install or install component?
Cargo install, yeah.
Okay, WIT
and then
bindgen.
-CLI.
WIT. Is it WIT bindgen CLI?
Yep, with -bindgen -CLI.
Got it. So what switches do you use now that we're on this?
Blues.
Blues? Nice.
Yep. I'm like in my own office on the other side of the house. My partner also works from home. They have their own office. So we're like, we both have our blues. We can click clack away all day. Nobody minds.
I had a blue
installation here.
Keyboard for a little while, and I forget the exact comment that my wife made to me. What was it? I think it says, she said, it sounds like you're shooting a weapon in there.
Yeah. They're pretty loud.
They are loud. All right. So now we got those three things.
I think we can do a cargo component build now. Probably -- release.
Okay. So cargo component build like such.
Yep.
Are my Rust skills improving?
I'd be surprised if they didn't.
Yeah. I'm learning through osmosis through you.
That's the best way, Yeah. Just hanging out, doing stuff, and at some point you're like, oh yeah, actually I get it.
That makes sense. Oh yeah, it's target.
1032. Release.
And then we have our thingy.
Yep.
Okay. So now we have our component.
Yes.
Let's just change into that for fun. Oh, one other map that I did was I changed the so on a normal ANSI layout, if I'm saying that right, I changed the bar, like the pipe, to delete, and then the delete to pipe, because I got used to that with the Happy Hacking keyboard. So the delete is just like a very small motion of your pinky away.
Nice.
All right, so we're here now. We need to create. Let's see if I can get into the portal, and we'll just create it by portal. I would normally do some kind of automation like Terraform for it, but don't need to get crazy fancy. Let me switch my screen. Create resource. There we go. So I want an Azure container registry.
Okay.
Container registry. Create.
Okay. I've never made one, so this is kind of fun. Yeah.
Well, welcome to the show. All right, so we can create a new name, and we'll just say WASI, or we'll see if that's taken. So it does need to be globally unique. Apparently, no one's taken WASI Clippy yet, or that's a resource group name. So that maybe I'm wrong. Nope,
should be fine.
We can have wasiclippy.azure.cr.io.
Okay.
And we'll just pick a random region. Standard should be enough. I don't think that we need a premium for what we want to do.
I would be surprised.
Public. Don't care about the encryption. We don't really need any tags for the resource, and we'll create it.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I moved my blog over to Azure over the weekend.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, static web pages thing. It was
Very
like
nice.
Fun. Yeah.
I have not written a blog post on my blog in a long time, unfortunately.
I published one this morning. So I was like, I want to migrate over because I expect the influx of traffic, and I was like at the border of like having to pay for extra bandwidth on my previous provider, and I was like, okay. I don't want to
do that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny. I forget the YouTuber's name, but he makes all these funny programming ones, and it was the 10x software developer, and the guy comes in. It was kind of like a Silicon Valley skit. The guy comes in. He's like, "Did you move our entire service back to our Mac Mini again from AWS?" And he just kind of like shrugs his head and walks away. Oh, let's see here. We want to log into this. We can create some permissions. I think I need to install Azure CLI. So install, or the AZ. Another shell command.
By the way, you're only sharing your browser still.
I was trying to think. I think. Oh, I don't think I need to give any rights because I created it. But we might need to add a role assignment for my users, so that way I could just use the Azure CLI to log in. Because with Azure CLI, if you're not familiar, you can use the Docker commands to log into it. You just give a different, registry name. But your account needs to have permissions. So if we add role assignment,
I see.
There should be probably do contributor. Allows read writes. That should work. Contributor, select member. And I have a pretty unique last name, so
Hey.
it's easy to find me. So we'll just do that. Assign rights.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that should just work.
Okay.
So now I need to install. Let's see if it's done. The terminal.
Is it AC?
AZ, yep. There we go. So AZ
Ooh.
login. Yeah, there's a lot of commands.
No, I was like surprised by the latency between you typing it and then like nothing and then dump. I was like,
It's Python.
I see.
Yeah.
I look, you would have expected it to be like Go or something.
Yeah, I would have as well. I think they went with Python and they it's like too much of an investment to go back. I don't know the full background story.
Yeah, that makes sense.
List, but I do know it's Python.
I think the GitHub one is Go.
To get GHCLI, yeah.
Yeah.
Uses Cobra too, I believe.
What's that?
It's just a CLI framework.
Okay.
And Go. Let's see here. Let me. Okay, that's not the one I want. 1 second. Grab the right subscription ID.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Do I have to put S or name? Yeah. Well, let it be S. Okay. Now AZ login. Docker login. And then I need my ACR instance name. So I'll go to my resource group. Just behind the scenes, I'll just kind of talk through what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this might be useful to show. So I'll switch again. So one of these days, I'll get that second monitor so I can just share the screen.
Yes.
That'll be useful. So if we go here, right here is my login server.
Okay.
So I can copy that. Should just use my. Let me look that up.
Shouldn't you do like AZ Docker login or something? So like autofills the credentials? If it can? I don't know.
Oh, ACR login. Let's find out.
Okay.
Oh, that's not what I wanted. So now we're logged in with, that should populate the Docker credentials. So let's see if we can't, what was so there's a cargo crate that we can use now for the
Whackage?
Whackage, yes. So that would be cargo install, because then we can try to push to it and see if the authentication works.
Yes, WKG. I did see something about like Docker credentials in the issue tracker this morning.
Okay.
So it may not yet pick up on those, but you can like pass them like directly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think for that, I could probably just generate a token for the stream, and then I can delete the token and delete the resource, so we can show it and not be a big deal.
Yeah.
Let me do that in the background while that's installing.
Okay.
Tokens. Could not. Oh, it can't be the same name as the registry. Okay. All right, so I have a token when we're ready. And so if we need to use username and password, we'll just try that. And then, so the permissions that I assigned before with a contributor for ACR for my user, we didn't need to do if we use a token.
Mm-hmm.
But
I was going through the issue tracker trying to find like the issue that was raised instantly with like, oh, here's like 4 GitHub issues you need to reply to. I was like, no, take it away.
rabbit hole.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, sorry, I accidentally sniped myself there.
All right, so how do I use such, is it what was that, WKG? Did it install
Yes.
just like a CLI?
Yep.
Is it, oh, fascinating. Okay. Git has a git command.
What? Wait, no, it should have more. Hold on. It should have OCI. WKG OCI? No?
Maybe the help's just not updated.
It should, but
Command not recognized.
ooh, okay. So it
Is
has
there,
been published to GitHub releases, but maybe not the cargo.
okay.
Okay. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yep. I got a DM being like, yeah, we merged that. I saw like the thing. I was like, hey, it's merged. Like assuming it's
Oh, we got to
it's
update
also
the
like been
packages
published.
though.
Yeah. Yeah, the GitHub releases have been done, but indeed, can't say on
Should we
those yet.
just pull it down and compile, or?
We can even like pull down to binary and like replace it, I assume.
Yeah. Yeah, we could pull the repo and maybe they have a make file or something and we can just get the CLI and run it locally and point it to the artifact.
Yeah, for sure. So that would be cargo package or WASM package tools. The bytecode lines.
Okay. I see git ORS. So let's go. Look at this. Fancy. New terminal.
Hey.
Is it this repo?
Yes.
Okay. Now. Okay.
And then I believe a command for that is cargo install -- bin whackage WKG. Yeah.
Okay. Are you specifying
Try
the bin
that.
directory? Okay.
We're saying, because there's multiple binaries within this repo, we're saying, no, we want that one.
Okay.
And I think then dot to indicate like we're getting it from here.
Okay.
I think that's it. Yeah.
-- path.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. -- path dot.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's unhappy about that. Okay. Skip the -- bin whackage and point it at the crates / whackage.
Like such.
That should be the argument to path. Sorry.
Oh, okay. But you still need the bin, or no?
Okay, so the full command is cargo install. Just delete everything.
Okay. Here, hold on.
Or I think -- path, and then crates / whackage.
Okay.
Try that. Yay. Okay.
And this will override the other whackage that we installed, so it'll like update the path variable and stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
It should.
Fantastic.
Let's see. Releases. Latest release 3 days ago, but not published to crates.io. Yep. That's fine.
Have you gone down the path of creating your own board yet, or is that too far?
Keyboard.
I'm yeah, keyboard.
I tried 2 years ago.
Yeah, I'm
So
contemplating it.
at Microsoft, we have like the yearly hackathon, and I was like, I want to do embedded Rust, and I want to build a keyboard, not just any keyboard. I want to build a handheld keyboard, so you can like, kind of like a joystick that you can like
Hmm.
wrap your hands around, like have wireless and over Bluetooth and like do stuff. And I got as far as like flashing the chip in like a week's time. Not very far, but the idea is fun.
Yep. It's always a time for me. Like, I don't know if I can commit to that. It sounds fun. I like the idea.
Yeah. Do you have any project where you're like, ooh, if I could, I would build this one?
For a particular keyboard, or
Yeah.
I kind of like, I want to make my own 60%. Where I can
Okay.
control where all the keys are, and then yeah, that would be probably my first goal. Because I have opinions now on like what I would like things to be, because I like most of the happy hacking keyboard, just like a couple
Uh-huh.
keys, but I like the
Mhm.
60% layout. I tried to go back to my 10 key list, just it's a monster now. I can't do it. I don't even know how people type on a full size keyboard, with your arm like over here with the mouse, just because I've gotten
Yeah.
so used to the smaller form factor. Kind of back to your point earlier. If I could design the keyboard where I really never had to leave the home row,
Mm.
because there's just like 2 or 3 keys where I have to do that right now. I'd be happy. So that'd be my first project, probably.
Have you ever considered like split keyboards, like the Ergo ones?
I have. So yeah, that'd probably be the only other one that I'd go for after the 60% is one of those. But then you have to relearn like typing all over
Yes.
again, and so I
Yes.
haven't been willing to commit to that.
My one day I want to learn
What's steno?
stenograph, or stenography. So they're these super weird keyboards that have like repeated keys and stuff,
Okay.
but you can get like 6, 7, 8 times the word count of like a regular keyboard, which is like ridiculous. It's what they use in the courtrooms and like other things
Oh,
to
okay.
like do live transcripts of like people like hotly debating, like, oh, passionate argument, and they're like tick 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 tick, like just everything word for word live.
That's impressive.
Yes, but you can do it at home. There's like open stenography like software you can install, and
Okay.
then I know of some people who've used it to like do coding as well. There's probably like an insane like mashup between like that and like Vim bindings to like
Mm.
really like rip through things. I don't know.
That sounds impressive.
Yes.
Let's see here. So I don't want that. It's in copy. Oh, I know why. Because it goes to my clicky. There we go. Oh. Okay, so now we're in releases. We've got our thingy. So warg has got an OCI command,
Package.
which is push.
Yes.
And let's look at the help for that. Username,
Reference
password.
file. -u
Reference a
-p.
file. Okay, so first we need to have the file, which would be hello WASM. And then the
Yes.
username, I think I named it push token.
Oh, I think reference might be the URL. You're missing
Probably
an
the
argument.
registry.
Yeah.
Okay, is
And the
that
file
part?
is the local file.
Okay, reference. So that needs to go first, and that's probably the OCI.
After the push.
Yeah. Let me get the OCI name real quick.
Yep.
I'd imagine it would be the full repo. Okay. Copying. Did it copy? No. There we go. Finally. Okay, so now, and then this would be the hello WASM. I'll just use my token. Okay. Unauthorized. Okay.
Unable to push image. Did you give it the credentials? Yes.
Yep. Let's see. It might not. It might need poll as well. Action poll. So I generated a new token for that because I just gave it push. I assumed it would only need push, but it must be polling the registry too for some information.
Oh.
In the push command.
Maybe.
So we'll find
and
out.
you're sure that the username is push token?
Yep.
Okay.
Now it's token.
I see. Unhappy.
Unhappy. Same error. Error URL index docker io YZ clippy blob upload unauthorized. Interesting.
Weird. Oh, Aiden in chat is asking what my preferred platform for DMs is. I guess Mastodon, if you're on there. Or if Twitch has a whispers feature, I think, as well, if you like want to shoot me one there. Can we try OC do a ORAS?
Oh, pushing it with ORAS?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wait, can we?
We can, but we don't have any of the manifest data.
Yeah.
For it.
Can we push it to GHC? Push it to GHCR, pull it back down, then push it to Azure. That would give us the manifest data because we've like done an encoding pass. Really, we should extend Whackage OCI to like have a build so we can like do it with ORAS, but that would take too long.
I'm trying to think. If I look at, well, I think that's exactly where I am here.
Oh,
so
yeah?
If we look at, well, here, let's just do this.
Sure.
If I can figure out. There we go. I was trying to figure out where I remap things. So if we went. No, that's definitely not. Oh, there it went. Okay, so let's close that one. If I do. There we go. Yay. So if we do go run main, I've got this to where it should be outputting to temp directory. So if we look at ls temp blobs and then SHA, here's the manifests.
Okay.
And so if we look at I think it's CC. That's the pretend. Oh, the only problem with this is I have a fake component that it's generating for, so we'd have to do We'd have to point it at an actual component. I am curious if this is an actual error or if there is something wrong with the repository, but the token has all the permissions. Because this is an admin token, which means it has push pull, like all that good stuff.
So I see two possibilities in debugging this. First one is we upload a Docker container using the same credentials and see if that succeeds. Reason being, it might be bouncing because it's like, hey, this is not a Docker container. I don't know what this is. I'm going to like reject it. The second option is indeed using ORAS to upload the OCI image and see if that does succeed.
Okay.
Allows us to like narrow down like, hey, is this an issue because we're uploading a WASM component, or is this an issue in the whackage command itself somehow?
So let's try that. I like the idea of just testing the repository, the registry. Let's see here. So we need it to be. Let me get the repository name again. So I've renamed it this. Controller latest invalid repository name. Oh, it needs to be the whack. I think it has the same switches.
Yeah, that would make sense.
They might need to come first.
Do you need to do a Docker login potentially?
Yep. Check this out.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah, came with the OCI or with the ACR. It just has a command for the token that I copied from the portal. So now nice. I can just do Docker push. What was the Docker images? This one. Okay, so the credentials do work. There must be something wrong with the whackage pushing to.
No, there's still one other option.
Okay.
So we know the credentials are okay. So the permissions are fine. So now it might be a problem in whackage, or it might be a problem in
the OCI translation layer.
Potentially, or just in general, it could be translating it correctly.
Well, we could use ORAS just to upload the artifact without the OCI metadata, just the binary file itself.
Sure.
I think we could do that. Push. I wonder if there's any examples. OCI layout. CA file. Oh, there they are. Push file. Let's try that.
Okay.
Since it's logged in with the Docker login now, we shouldn't need to do all that other stuff. So let's see here. Push. To just the registry name.
Do we have a hideout text?
No, that's just the example. So if we were to do.
Oh, yeah. I see.
It'll attach it as hello. But if we look at any of this registry name. 1 second. There it is. Like that.
Okay.
Okay, we won't be able to see this probably. Well, maybe we will. Let's look.
We should, right?
Yeah, if we use the ORAS, they have a discover command.
Oh. Preview.
Okay, okay, we would do that then. All right.
This is fascinating to me.
How so? Let's see here.
Oh, just in general, like I've never worked with like OCI before you and I like start streaming.
Oh, okay. I've only a little bit because of the secure supply chain stuff that I've done. So it does see it there. It is listed in the registry. I'm curious if I can see it in the portal in any way. Let me take a peek and I'll show it if I find it.
Yes.
Repositories. Yep.
Okay.
Here, let me switch screens quick so you can see what I see. It's not OC, it's not spec compliant because it doesn't have the config. And it just defined it as empty. But if we look at so if you go into your container registry, you go to repositories, these are going to be your repos, like the images that you've got pushed up. So controller was the one that we did before. Hello is what we did with ORAS. So we had a v1 tag. And so here's the manifest data. And this is the stuff that the Wackage should produce for us. It should create this config, which is now empty. And it should also create a layer for the component itself. And ORAS just created a layer for us and named it tar, but it should be, per spec, it should be the WASM.
Yeah.
The WASM metadata type. But it did put it there.
Okay.
So it is in the registry and we can pull it down from ORAS. So there must be some kind of logic wrong where it doesn't like the ACR registry.
Yes. Yes, that makes sense.
Or we're using the CLI wrong.
I don't think we are.
I don't think we are.
Yeah.
Because if we look,
although the what do you call it? The fact that's a permissions error is interesting.
Push.
I think we're using it correctly here, but it doesn't mean that it's correctly been implemented.
Yeah. Unable to push image, unauthorized.
Now, the other A/B test that we can do, or sorry, the differential test we can do is like try and upload to GHCR again and see if maybe it's been broken. Because we know that used to succeed with this. Like I've shown that last time. And if it still doesn't work, then
let's see here.
It should though.
Although we only have, let's see if we can do it in the 6 minutes we have. Let's see here.
Yes.
Upload to GHCR. I'll probably generate a token real quick. A new one.
A new one.
Un momento, I must grab my YubiKey.
Okay. Okay, 5 minutes. Oh, and you're back.
It was closer than I thought. Okay, All
You don't
right.
have a YubiKey dog tag yet?
No, I probably should.
Okay.
That'd be a good idea. Let's see here. 30 days repo. We need packages, write packages, delete packages. Don't need anything else. Okay. So let me stop screen sharing for a second.
Mm-hmm. What are you typing now?
Oh, my token.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that should work. All right, present. So now we need to do whackage, OCI, push, and what was it? GHCR?
JCR.io.
And then your name.
Yep.
GHCR.io/Duffney. And then we wanted the hello WASM, and then username. Repository name. Let's look. Do you need to have the tag in here?
Yeah, I think it's Daphne slash. Or yeah, like that. Or what one of.
Like that?
I think so.
Oh, that might have been an issue on our ACR too. Okay, so that worked.
Hey.
So now if we do push to, I wonder if because we didn't tag that in the registry.
Yeah.
That might actually be it, and the error is just not as helpful. Let's see.
Oh yeah, because we're getting a server error.
Yeah, so it needs to be WASI Clippy v1 like that.
Let's try.
And then hello WASM, and then our password.
-u token -p.
And then I didn't store that in a variable.
Hey, that seems.
It does work. It does work. We just didn't put the command in right. But
Okay.
the error wasn't super helpful. Let's see here.
The error that we should have for this, or the issue that we should file for this, is whackage should validate the token, the string, locally. It should be like, hey, you passed the malformed thing. This will not succeed. I know this.
There's my note.
Yep. I mean, if you want, do you want to file an issue for that?
I would love to. Yeah, that'd be great. I might have you handle me through it, but yeah, like where to put it and stuff. But well, it's just on the whackage repo. You share that with me. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll figure it out. All right. So let's see here. Right before we have to leave, I want to show in the portal what it looks like. So then we'll see the metadata that I was tinkering with before. So if we go here, go back to resource groups, WASI Clippy, find our registry, repositories. We now have WASI Clippy on our ACR instance. We have v1. And if we look at here, we should now, we get it generated a WASM configuration for us. And then it created the digest for us for the component itself. So
lovely. Perfect.
We can pull it down and actually just execute it. So that's pretty sweet. Whackage CLI.
All right. That was great.
I'll name mine Whackage Go.
Nice. Yeah, I'm super happy with how this turned out. We ran into an issue. we A/B tested until we figured out what was wrong. Oh, and now we have a solution and
I
a
think so.
bug fix.
I think so. I think we're actually at the final step where hopefully Friday we should get to like, how do we get this running so we can recompile the Docker file and throw it out in like container apps, or we could create a VM in Azure, like all that fun stuff. Like, how can we get this to actually run out in the cloud or something like that? And then we're kind of full circle. And then we've got like, I think we unearthed a lot of rough edges that we could dive into and kind of help polish if we wanted to. But
definitely, I'm super excited.
All right, this is cool. All right, well,
Yes.
we better jump to our next one. Thanks everybody for joining, and we'll see you Friday for deploying the WebAssembly components. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. All right,
definitely.
see you around, Josh.
Bye.